Imagine this. You're standing in a marketplace 3,000 years ago. You want to buy bread, but there are no coins in your pocket. There are no bills in your hand. So what do you use? Maybe a chicken, maybe a bag of rice, maybe even a seashell. Strange, right? But that's how people used to buy things. Money wasn't always paper or metal. It was anything people agreed had value. Today, we're going to travel through time and discover the incredible story of money. How did it start? How did it change? And what does it look like today? Let's find out. Hello and welcome. My name is your guide through one of the most fascinating stories in human history, the history of money. Money is something we use every single day. We buy coffee with it. We pay rent with it. We save it. We spend it. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, where did money come from? Why do we trust a piece of paper or a number on a screen? And how did ancient people survive without it? In this video, we're going to answer all of those questions. We'll start thousands of years ago, when people didn't use money at all. Then we'll watch as the first coins appeared. We'll see paper money being invented. And finally, we'll look at the digital money we use today. So sit back, relax, and let's begin this journey together. Let's go back in time, way back, to a world without money. How did people get the things they needed? The answer is simple. They traded. This system is called barter. Barter means exchanging one thing for another without using money. For example, imagine you're a farmer. You grow wheat, but you need a pair of shoes. So you find a shoemaker. You offer him 10 kilograms of wheat. If he agrees, you trade. He gets your wheat. You get his shoes. Everyone is happy. Barter worked for thousands of years. It was the main way people exchanged goods. Goods are things you can touch, like food, tools, or clothes. People bartered animals, grain, fish, pottery, and even labor. Labor means work or effort. But barter had problems. Big problems. Let me explain. First, you needed a double coincidence of wants. That's a difficult phrase, I know. Let me make it simple. It means both people must want what the other person has. Let's say you have rice, and you want a cow. You find someone with a cow, but that person doesn't want rice. He wants cloth, so the trade doesn't happen. You have to keep searching. This takes time and energy. Second, some things are hard to divide. Imagine you want to buy something small, like a knife, but all you have is a living cow. You can't cut the cow in half. That doesn't work. So barter wasn't flexible. Flexible means easy to change or adjust. Third, it was hard to store value. Let's say you catch 100 fish. You want to save them for later. But fish go bad quickly. They rot. You can't keep them for months. So barter made it difficult to save wealth for the future. Because of these problems, people started looking for something better. Something everyone would accept. Something easy to carry. Something that wouldn't spoil. And that's when the idea of money was born. The first type of real money wasn't paper or coins. It was objects. Useful, valuable objects that everyone wanted. We call this commodity money. A commodity is a basic good that people use or need. Different cultures around the world used different things as money. Let me give you some examples. In ancient China, people used cowrie shells. Cowrie shells are small, shiny shells from the ocean. They were beautiful, rare, and hard to fake. People trusted them. They could carry them easily. So cowrie shells became money. In parts of Africa, people used salt. Yes, salt. It sounds strange today, but salt was incredibly valuable. It was used to preserve food. Preserve means to keep something fresh for a long time. Salt was also hard to find in some regions, so people treated it like treasure. In Mesopotamia, one of the world's oldest civilizations, people used barley. Barley is a type of grain. Workers were often paid in barley. Temples stored barley like we store money in banks today. In the Pacific Islands, people used huge stones. These stones were called rye stones. Some were taller than a person. They were so heavy that people couldn't move them. But ownership still passed from person to person. The stone stayed in one place, but everyone knew who owned it. Cattle were also common. Cows, goats, and sheep were valuable because they gave milk, meat, and leather. The Latin word for money, pecunia, comes from pecus, which means cattle. Even today, some English words are connected to this idea. But commodity money also had limits. Shells could break. Salt could get wet and dissolve. Grain could rot. Stones were too heavy. Cattle could die. People needed something more durable. Durable means long-lasting and strong. They needed something standardized. Standardized means the same size, weight, and quality every time. And so, the next step in the history of money was about to begin. Around 600 BCE, something incredible happened. The first metal coins were invented. This happened in a place called Lydia. Lydia was a kingdom in what is now Turkey. The Lydians started making small pieces of metal with official stamps on them. These stamps showed the king's face, or a symbol. The stamp meant the coin was real and trustworthy. Why metal? Because metal has many advantages. It doesn't rot. It doesn't break easily. It's durable. You can melt it and reshape it. And most importantly, it's rare. Gold and silver, especially, are hard to find. That makes them valuable. The idea of coins spread quickly. The ancient Greeks adopted it. Then the Romans. Roman coins became famous all over Europe, Africa, and Asia. Roman soldiers were paid in coins. Traders used coins to buy silk, spices, and grain. Coins made trade faster, easier, and safer. Each coin had a specific weight and a specific value. For example, a gold coin might be worth more than a silver coin. A silver coin might be worth more than a bronze coin. This system made trade fair and clear. Coins also carried messages. Kings and emperors put their faces on coins. This reminded people who was in power. Coins became a tool of propaganda. Propaganda means information used to influence people's opinions. But coins had one problem. They were heavy. If you wanted to buy something expensive, like a house or a ship, you needed many, many coins. Carrying bags of metal was difficult and dangerous. Thieves could rob you on the road. Merchants needed a new solution. And that solution came from China. During the Tang Dynasty, around the 7th century, Chinese merchants faced a problem. They were traveling long distances to trade goods. Carrying heavy coins was risky, so they came up with a clever idea. They left their coins with a trusted person, like a banker or a government office. In return, they received a piece of paper. The paper was a certificate. A certificate is an official document that proves something. The certificate said, "This person has deposited this amount of coins." When the merchant reached another city, he could exchange the certificate for coins again. This system worked so well that the government noticed. By the 11th century, during the Song Dynasty, the Chinese government began printing official paper money. This was the first true paper currency in the world. Currency is another word for money. At first, people were suspicious. Suspicious means unsure or doubtful. They asked, "How can a piece of paper be worth anything? It's just paper. But the government made a promise. They said, "You can always exchange this paper for real gold or silver." Because of this promise, people started to trust paper money. Paper money had huge advantages. It was light. It was easy to carry. You could print any amount you wanted. A piece of paper worth 100 coins weighed the same as a piece worth 10 coins. This was revolutionary. Revolutionary means it changed everything. The idea slowly spread westward. In the 13th century, the famous explorer Marco Polo visited China. He saw paper money and was amazed. He wrote about it in his travel books. Europeans read his stories, but they didn't believe him. They thought he was exaggerating. Exaggerating means making something sound bigger or more important than it really is. It took hundreds of years before Europe adopted paper money. In the 17th century, banks in Sweden and England started issuing banknotes. A banknote is a piece of paper money issued by a bank. These notes could be exchanged for gold or silver stored in the bank. This system is called the gold standard. It means that every piece of paper money is backed by a certain amount of gold. The gold standard gave people confidence. Confidence means trust and belief. They knew their money had real value. But over time, governments realized something. They didn't need gold to back every single note. As long as people trusted the system, paper money worked. And so, in the 20th century, most countries abandoned the gold standard. Abandoned means they stopped using it. Money became what we call fiat money. Fiat money has value because the government says it does. It's not backed by gold or silver. It's backed by trust. Now let's fast forward to today. We live in the digital age. Digital means related to computers and the internet. Most of the money in the world today isn't physical. It's not coins. It's not paper. It's just numbers on a screen. Think about it. When you get paid, does your boss hand you a pile of cash? Probably not. The money goes directly into your bank account. Your bank account is just data in a computer system. When you buy something online, you don't mail coins to the seller. You click a button. Money moves electronically. Electronically means through electronic systems, like computers or phones. Credit cards, debit cards, and mobile payment apps like PayPal, Venmo, or Alipay have changed the way we use money. In some countries, people rarely use cash anymore. In Sweden, for example, many stores don't even accept cash. Everything is digital. Then, in 2009, something new appeared. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is digital money that uses special computer code to keep transactions secure and private. Bitcoin is not controlled by any government or bank. It's decentralized. Decentralized means spread out, not controlled by one central authority. Some people love Bitcoin. They say it's the future of money. Other people are skeptical. Skeptical means doubtful or uncertain. They say it's too risky, too unstable. The value of Bitcoin can go up or down very quickly. But one thing is certain. Cryptocurrency has started a new chapter in the history of money. Today, we also have central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. These are digital versions of a country's official money, created and controlled by the government. China is testing a digital yuan. Europe is exploring a digital euro. The world of money is changing faster than ever before. Here's a big question. Why does money work? Why do we trust it? A coin is just a piece of metal. A bill is just a piece of paper. A number on your phone screen is just data. None of these things have real value by themselves. You can't eat them. You can't wear them. So why do we treat them like they're valuable? The answer is trust. Money works because we all agree to trust it. We trust that other people will accept it. We trust that it won't lose its value overnight. We trust the system. This trust is built on several things. First, the government supports money. Governments create laws that say, "This is official money. You must accept it." Second, institutions like banks keep money safe and manage the system. Third, history plays a role. We've been using money for thousands of years. It's a habit. A habit is something we do regularly without thinking. But trust can be fragile. Fragile means easily broken. If people lose faith in their money, the whole system can collapse. This has happened before. In Germany in the 1920s, inflation became so bad that money became nearly worthless. Inflation means prices go up, and money loses value. People needed wheelbarrows full of cash just to buy bread. In Zimbabwe in the 2000s, the same thing happened. The government printed too much money, and it lost all value. So trust is everything. Without it, money is just paper and metal. We've traveled a long way today, from cowrie shells to Bitcoin, from barter to digital wallets. The story of money is really the story of human cooperation and creativity. Money is one of humanity's greatest inventions. It allows us to trade, to save, to plan for the future. It connects people across countries and continents. But money is also more than just a tool. It shapes our societies. It influences our values. It affects how we see success, security, and happiness. Understanding the history of money helps us understand ourselves. As we move into the future, money will keep changing. Maybe one day, we'll use something we can't even imagine yet. Maybe money will disappear completely, replaced by something new. Or maybe the basics will stay the same: trust, exchange, and value. Whatever happens, one thing is clear. Money is not just about wealth. It's about connection. It's about what we agree is important. And it's a reflection of who we are as human beings. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new today. I hope you see money a little differently now. If you enjoyed this journey through time, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. And if you want to learn more English through stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me what surprised you most about the history of money. Or what do you think money will look like in 50 years? I read every comment, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.